Chess Mastery. Unlocking the secrets of every opening, from beginner to Grandmaster. Welcome to Chess Mastery, your ultimate guide to conquering the chess opening. We're dedicated to breaking down every opening system, from the most popular to the most obscure, so you can elevate your game to new heights. Whether you're a beginner just starting out or a seasoned Grandmaster looking to refine your repertoire, we've got something for you. Mastering the classics. Sicilian defense, dragon variation, Najdorf variation, Scheveningen variation. Dive deep into the Sicilian defense, a dynamic and aggressive opening, and learn how to unleash devastating counterattacks against your opponent's advance. Master the intricacies of the dragon, Najdorf, and Scheveningen variations to gain a strategic edge. Keywords: Sicilian defense, dragon variation, Najdorf variation, Scheveningen variation. Counterattack, strategic edge. French defense, Winnower variation, Tarrasch variation, classical variation. Explore the French defense, a solid and reliable opening that emphasizes positional control and strategic maneuvering. Master the Winnower, Tarrasch, and classical variations to unlock the full potential of this powerful defense. Keywords: French defense, Winnower variation, Tarrasch variation. Positional control, strategic maneuvering. Caro-Kann defense, advanced variation, classical variation, exchange variation. Unravel the intricacies of the Caro-Kann defense, an elegant and challenging opening that rewards patience and precise play. Master the advanced, classical, and exchange variations to outmaneuver your opponent and gain a decisive advantage. Keywords: Caro-Kann defense, advanced variation, classical variation, exchange variation. Patience, precise play, outmaneuver, decisive advantage. Queen's Gambit declined. Slav defense, semi-Slav defense, Tarrasch defense. Master the Queen's Gambit declined, an opening known for its complex positional battles and intricate tactical maneuvers. Explore the Slav, semi-Slav, and Tarrasch variations to gain a deep understanding of this strategic opening. Keywords: Queen's Gambit declined, Slav defense, semi-Slav defense, Tarrasch defense. Positional battles, tactical maneuvers, strategic opening. Ruy-Lopez, Berlin defense, Steinitz defense, exchange variation. Experience the timeless beauty of the Ruy-Lopez, a classic opening that has captivated players for centuries with its elegant lines and strategic depth. Master the Berlin, Steinitz, and exchange variations to unlock the full potential of this dynamic opening. Keywords: Ruy-Lopez, Berlin defense, Steinitz defense, exchange variation. Elegant lines, strategic depth, dynamic opening. Exploring the unconventional. Scandinavian defense, modern variation, classical variation, Panov-Botvinnik attack. Embrace the Scandinavian defense, an opening that challenges the established norms and offers a unique approach to the game. Master the modern, classical, and Panov-Botvinnik variations to gain a strategic edge with this bold and unpredictable defense. Keywords: Scandinavian defense, modern variation, classical variation, Panov-Botvinnik attack. Unique approach, bold defense, unpredictable defense. Perk defense, classical variation, modern variation, Bischoff variation. Enter the Perk defense, an opening known for its unpredictable nature and the vast array of strategic options it offers. Explore the classical, modern, and Bischoff variations to unleash your creativity and surprise your opponent. Keywords: Perk defense, classical variation, modern variation, Bischoff variation. Unpredictable nature, strategic options, creativity. Surprise your opponent. Modern defense, classical variation, hypermodern variation, Lasker variation. Dive into the modern defense, an opening that embraces modern chess principles and offers a dynamic and aggressive approach to the game. Master the classical, hypermodern, and Lasker variations to gain a strategic advantage with this modern and challenging opening. Keywords: modern defense, classical variation, hypermodern variation, Lasker variation. Modern chess principles, dynamic approach, challenging opening. King's Indian defense, Samish variation, classical variation, four pawns attack. Unravel the complexities of the King's Indian defense, a challenging and rewarding opening that emphasizes counterplay and strategic maneuvering. Master the Samish, classical, and four pawns variations to gain a deep understanding of this complex and dynamic opening. Keywords: King's Indian defense, Samish variation, classical variation, four pawns attack, counterplay, strategic maneuvering, complex opening, dynamic opening. Nimso Indian defense, Classical variation, Queen's Indian defense, Rubinstein variation. Master the Nimso-Indian defense, an opening known for its intricate positional battles and the need for precise tactical understanding. Explore the classical Queen's Indian and Rubinstein variations to gain a strategic edge with this challenging and rewarding opening. Keywords: Nimso-Indian defense, classical variation, Queen's Indian defense, Rubinstein variation, positional battles, tactical understanding, challenging opening, rewarding opening. Beyond the basics. Hypermodern chess, the Grob attack, the Danish gambit, the King's Indian attack. Explore the world of hypermodern chess, where players challenge traditional opening principles and embrace a more dynamic and flexible approach. Master the Grob attack, the Danish gambit, and the King's Indian attack to gain a strategic advantage with this innovative and challenging approach. Keywords: hypermodern chess, Grob attack, Danish gambit, King's Indian attack, challenging traditional principles, dynamic approach, innovative approach. Open games, the King's Gambit, the Evans Gambit, the Scotch Gambit. Dive into the world of open games, where players sacrifice pawns to open up lines and unleash devastating attacks. Master the King's Gambit, the Evans Gambit, and the Scotch Gambit to gain a strategic edge with this dynamic and aggressive approach. Keywords: open games, King's Gambit, Evans Gambit, Scotch Gambit, pawn sacrifice, open lines, devastating attacks, dynamic approach. Semi-open games, the Sicilian Dragon, the French Winnower, the King's Indian defense. Discover the intricacies of semi-open games, where players seek to control key squares and create opportunities for both attack and defense. Master the Sicilian Dragon, the French Winnower, and the King's Indian defense to gain a strategic advantage with this balanced and challenging approach. Keywords: semi-open games, Sicilian Dragon, French Winnower, King's Indian defense, control key squares, attack and defense, balanced approach. Closed games, the Queen's Gambit declined, the French defense, the Caro-Kann defense. Master the art of closed games, where players focus on positional control and strategic maneuvering to gain a decisive advantage. Explore the Queen's Gambit declined, the French defense, and the Caro-Kann defense to gain a strategic edge with this positional and tactical approach. Keywords: closed games, Queen's Gambit declined, French defense, Caro-Kann defense, positional control, strategic maneuvering, positional approach, tactical approach. Endgame, King and Pawn endgames, Rook endgames, Queen endgames. Explore the endgame, the final stage of the chess game, where players must master the art of pawn structure, piece coordination, and strategic calculation to achieve victory. Master King and Pawn endgames, Rook endgames, and Queen endgames to gain a strategic advantage in the endgame and secure victory. Keywords: endgame, King and Pawn endgames, Rook endgames, Queen endgames, pawn structure, piece coordination, strategic calculation, endgame advantage. Join us on Chess Mastery and become a true chess master. We'll be adding new videos regularly, covering every opening system in depth. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of the latest content. Bonus tip: we'll also be releasing special videos on specific opening lines, variations, and tactical